Did you get everything you wanted done, or are you just focused on the chair and the AC right now?
Well, I was going to get back on my Jeep here after I did dinner.
Minutes. I've got the club net tonight. That should be exciting.
Yeah, that will be exciting. I can go out there and start working and just listen to everybody else check in, and yeah, I'll learn all this stuff and I won't even have to participate.
All right, I will save an honorary in and out spot for you.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need a permanent honorary in and out without nobody know I'm there. Oh well. Yeah, it's not going to get done if I don't get out there and get busy, I guess. But maybe I'll walk over and do the in and out check-in if I can get free for a minute and I don't have too much slime on my hands.
A little secret, Ron, on NetLogger, every time I type in your call sign, proxy by KD8SLG shows up in the comment section. So if you're actually checking in, I zap that out. But, you know, if I just need one more to get a number, you're the man.
Yeah, generally speaking, that works out good, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, we need to keep the numbers up.
Well, it is the only metric by which we measure the success of nets, I think. It's the only quantifiable one, anyway. Oh, we got about 10 seconds until there's an announcement.
Okay, I'm out of here. KB8LNK.
Amateur radio Newsline will start in 5 minutes.
I'll be listening for you, Ron. KB8LNK, KD8SLG.
W8WKY.
Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2485 with the release date of Friday, June 13th, 2025 to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. Hams in Iran give an on-air history lesson to DX stations. In Indiana, MCOM Group goes digital, and a 6-meter activity conjures some special magic. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2485 comes your way right now.
From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's first independent, on-the-air news and bulletin service. Now, reporting from Wadsworth, Ohio, Stephen Kinford, N8WB.
A small group of amateurs living in different cities throughout Iran joined together over the airwaves recently to give the world its first ham radio history and cultural lesson about the Persian Gulf. John Williams, VK4JJW, brings us that report.
It was a proud moment for 11 ham radio operators in Iran who got on the air on June 7th, calling CQ on SSB as Special Event Station EP2PG. Using modest home-based equipment with 100 watts of power or less, the operators faced less than ideal conditions on the HF bands during their 16-hour operation. Still, it was a proud moment as the hams of Echo Papa 2 Persian Gulf celebrated the historical and cultural significance of the Persian Gulf itself and shared it with the world. One of the operators, Morteza, EP5APP, told Newsline that the team's focus was on making as many DX contacts as possible in the interest of friendship and unity, and of course to share the story of the Gulf, which is one of the world's oldest maritime regions. The team achieved that goal, logging more than 360 QSOs from 60 DX countries across Europe, Asia, Oceania, and the Americas. Morteza told Newsline, quote, "This activity was entirely self-funded and carried out by volunteers with a shared passion for radio and a strong desire to make the voice of Iran heard in a positive, non-political, and welcoming way," end quote. They're ready to do it again next year, hoping to exchange even more stories and, of course, QSL cards. This is John Williams, VK4JJW.
With emergency communications embracing digital modes more and more, operators increasingly find themselves navigating the tricky landscape of system access and compatibility. Randy Sly, W4XJ, tells us how this played out for a group of amateurs in Indiana.
In April of this year, the Du Bois County Office of Emergency Management in Indiana made the decision to migrate from analog FM to C4 FM digital for their 147.195 repeater during activations. The change was made to reduce noise during operation and increase the quality of copy. According to Gary Fritz, WB9LIB, operations officer for the EMA, quote, "Our new fusion repeater system was thoroughly tested to confirm its superior performance when using C4 FM," end quote. When the announcement was made to the Patoka Valley Amateur Radio Club, not all the club members were enthusiastic. Since some of them did not own a fusion-compatible radio, this decision would exclude them from emergency operations with Skywarn. Fritz told AR Newsline that the change has brought about the desired results in message quality as proven by recent Skywarn activation during severe weather. Quote, "We found that by using C4 FM, our units are now able to check in crystal clear from locations that were previously impossible," end quote. A number of local amateurs remain unconvinced regarding the move to digital. Ruben Montgomery, KA9RCM, told Newsline that his main concern is centered primarily on the lack of access to the emergency communications by hams without fusion radios and by visitors who are passing through the area. With the variety of digital platforms, he also sees great difficulty in picking one mode to the exclusion of all others. Regarding participation, Fritz reported that the public and all amateur radio operators can continue to monitor net communications through audio streaming over Broadcastify. This is Randy Sly, W4XJ.
The largest island in the state of Washington is Whidbey Island, connected to the United States mainland by bridge and ferry, and perhaps even more importantly these days, by radio. George Zafiropoulos explains why.
As of the weekend ending on Sunday, June 8th, 8 new amateur radio operators have received their licenses on Whidbey Island. These newcomers are contributing to an important momentum on this island in Puget Sound, where ham radio operators from the Island County Amateur Radio Club have been giving top priority to emergency preparedness following a recent conference on the subject held by the South Whidbey Fire EMS. Response from that conference inspired the hams to host the weekend test preparation class, which ended with the amateur radio exam itself. One of the instructors, Bob Keaton, K7MHJ, told Newsline that with the new amateurs on board, the next step is to get the island neighborhoods organized for improved radio response in a crisis. A neighborhood representative with the GMRS radio would be able to communicate with a ham who also holds a GMRS license, and together they would gather damage assessment data and pass that along to the county. Bob, a retired police officer, said that the hams have the ability to use WinLink peer-to-peer and VARA AC-FM to reach the Emergency Operations Center. As a volunteer civilian coordinator between the hams and the Island County Department of Emergency Management, Bob knows that living near an earthquake-prone fault line, such as the Cascadia subduction zone, requires this kind of readiness. He said, anytime we can add another link to our amateur network, I'm happy. This is George Zafiropoulos, KJ6VU.
Be listening for the call sign W0Y between the evening of Sunday, June 15th and late afternoon on Friday, June 20th. You'll be getting so much more than a QSO with a young radio operator as we hear from Andy Morrison, K9AWM.
A lot of activity will be packed into the Bob Heil, Kilo 9, Echo India Delta Memorial Yoda Camp Amateur Radio Shack in Thornton, Colorado, between the 15th and the 20th of June. Young operators from the Youth on the Air Americas Camp will be calling CQ remotely and in person from there with the call sign W0Y. As well as a scheduled contact with the International Space Station and making satellite contacts, they will be operating portable, making SOTA and POTA activations, and visiting the timekeeping radio station WWV and a Buggy's truck stop. If you miss any chance to contact them or just want to follow along with their activities, don't miss the opening and closing ceremonies and the ISS contact, all of which will be streamed live on the Youth on the Air YouTube channel. The channel will also feature daily videos of some of the campers' activities from the previous day. It's almost as much fun as being a camper yourself. We did say almost. For more details or to see the operating schedule, visit QRZ.com. This is Andy Morrison, K9AWM.
De-expeditioners heading to Micronesia, Equatorial Guinea, and Wallis Island are getting a financial boost from the Northern California DX Foundation. We have details from Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF.
The 9-member team of German operators planning the V6D de-expedition to Micronesia in September has been named as one of the latest recipients of grant money to assist their activation. The team has scheduled operations from September 22nd through October 6th. This is a group of seasoned de-expeditioners who have had a number of other successful radio adventures together. The Foundation is also supporting the 3C2MD de-expedition to Vico Island in Equatorial Guinea. The operators are from the Mediterraneo DX Club, which has planned their activation from October 9th through to November 10th. Finally, Hannah Rosenfeld, W7HER, has received a grant for her role as an operator on the FW5K de-expedition to Wallis Island in the South Pacific. The participating de-expeditioners, including Hannah's father, Scott, N7JI, are part of the team known as DX Obsessed. Hannah is the founder of W7DUX, the radio club at the University of Oregon, where she is an alumna. The de-expedition is set for October 20 through to November 7th. This is Jim Meechan, ZL2BHF.
Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, like the George County Aries repeater in Lucedale, Mississippi, Wednesdays at 7:37 p.m. local time. In the U.S., Oregon has become the latest state to proclaim June to be Amateur Radio Month. Governor Tina Kotek issued the proclamation in time for ARRL Field Day, which is taking place in the U.S. and Canada on the 28th and 29th of June. The state is a busy place on the ham radio map, both for hosting the convention of the Northwest Division of the ARRL and its location on an earthquake fault line that keeps emergency responders alert. Governors in Hawaii and New Hampshire recently issued similar proclamations in their respective states. If you're planning to attend this year's convention of the Radio Society of Great Britain, you can do something more than simply mark your calendar for the dates in October and then show up. Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, tells us about something else you may want to consider doing.
Attendees will be arriving at Kent's Hill Conference Centre in Milton Keynes on the 10th of October for the 3-day RSGB convention. The RSGB is hoping that many of those in attendance will also help shape the content of the conference by bringing a project, a paper for presentation, or plans for a practical session. If you want to get involved, share your ideas with the RSGB and let them know what you have planned, send your proposals to convention@rsgb.org.uk. Meanwhile, satellite enthusiasts will be pleased to know that, as before, AMSAT UK will hold its colloquium during the convention. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
AMSAT has given the designation of SO-125 to the Hades ICM satellite that was launched on March 14th from California. The satellite from AMSAT EA is SDR-based and supports FM phone and FSK digital data through its repeater. The SDR-based platform is especially significant because it can transmit as much as 25 watts when the battery allows, giving access to stations who are using handheld antennas. The coordinated uplink frequency is 145.875 megahertz, and the downlink is 436.666 megahertz. The repeater operates with an open squelch and does not require a subtone. In the world of DX, ZL100 IARU is on the air through the 31st of July, marking the centenary of the International Amateur Radio Union. A special event QSL card has been printed, and confirmation is also on LOTW and QRZ.com. Listen for operators using CW, FSB, and FT8. Pascal F6UIG will be active as TK2C from Corsica, IOTA number EU014 through the 23rd of June, using CW and SSB on 40 to 10 meters. You may also hear him doing POTA using the call sign TK/F6UIG/P. See QRZ.com for details. John W5JON is on the air from St. Kitts, IOTA number NA104 from the 15th to the 24th of June with the call sign V47JA. John will be using SSB and FT8 on various bands and will focus on 6 meters. See QRZ.com for QSL details. A team of operators using the call sign YW6M will be using SSB, CW, digital, and satellite from Isla Chimana Segunda, IOTA number SA090 from the 20th through the 24th of June, QSL direct to W4DTA. We end this newscast by sharing a little magic. Meet some hams who pulled some QSOs out of, well, not a hat, but the 6-meter band. Ralph Squillaci, KK6ITV, shares their story.
Mike, N2MAK, is one of those hams who believes in magic. It's the kind of enchantment that brings possibilities to summertime in the Northern Hemisphere when sporadic E propagation is strong, breathing new life into 6 meters. These moments aren't summoned by a magic wand or an incantation. On the 25th of May, Mike and his friends Fred, N2RPG, Michael, W2NVP, Brian, W2BMT, and many others who took up the challenge of this just-for-fun 6-meter FM activity day found that just calling CQ will do the trick. Activating a POTA park with Mike and the others
The magic happened first for Fred, who made his first 6-meter contact ever. Within 2 hours, the friends had worked 16 unique stations on 6 meters FM locally, logging 18 contacts in all because one was an APOTA threefer. Said Mike, quote, "We had an absolute blast," end quote. Others apparently found the magic too. Mike told Newsline, quote, "What meant the most to me was the positive response from hams across the U.S. and Canada who reached out to me," end quote. Mike's hope that hams would want to try something different, in the true spirit of amateur radio adventure, was no illusion. All it took was the simple wave of a band, instead of a hand, to make it happen. This is Ralph Squillaci, KK6ITB.
To see videos about the event, see the YouTube links in the text version of this week's script at arnewsline.org. A good QSO can be like poetry sometimes, so why not write a haiku about amateur radio and join the Newsline Haiku Challenge? It's as easy as writing a QSL card. We can only accept the correct haiku format, that is a 3-line verse with 5 syllables in the first line, 7 in the second, and 5 in the third. Submit your work on our website at arnewsline.org. Each week's winner gets a shout-out on our website, where everyone can find the winning haiku. With thanks to Amateur News Daily, Amstat, Amateur Radio Digital Communications, Bob Keaton, K7MHJ, David Behar, K7DB, DX World, IP400 website, Morteza, EP5APP, Oregon Governor's Office, QRZ.com, Radio Society of Great Britain, shortwaveradio.de, South Whitby Record Wireless Institute of Australia, WRTC List, Youth on the Air, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer nonprofit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at airnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscasts, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Carrie E. Murray, KD2 GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Stephen Kinford, NAWB in Wadsworth, Ohio, saying 73, and as always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2025, all rights reserved.
W8WKY, time out.
This is KD8SLG. We're a little over 11 minutes out from the Sarah Club Net. Starts at the top of the hour. There is a NetLogger session open for those of you who like to play along at home. Look for Sarah Club Net. And if someone would be so kind as to let me know if I'm sounding all right. It's KD8SLG.
Sound like $1 million, Nick. W8GMF.
W8GMF, KD8SLG. Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Gary. It's $1 million in small change all over the floor. Thanks, Ben. KD8SLG. Clear.
I'm going to be listening to both. I told you sounded fine on two to start with, but monitored both there and I put the mic and set up the great.
real rough copy, Harry. I got very little of that. But thanks for the comeback, man. KD8SLG clear.
The weekly Serenade, featuring club news, trivia, and check-ins from some of the nicest hams in the universe starts in 5 minutes.
W8WKY.
Get ready for the weekly Serenet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's my girl. QST, 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 calling all amateurs to the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net, right here on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, 147 Mark 390, positive offset, and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We meet here every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. We pal around, have a few laughs, have a few announcements, and tonight we've got trivia from President Gary, AACS. Should be a good time. This is a controlled net. We ask that all traffic pass through net control. Your net control operator this evening is Kilo Delta 8, Sierra Lima Golf, KD8 SLG. My personal is Nick, November India Charlie Kilo, just Nick. However, for the duration of tonight's net, I'll be using the club call of W8WKY. So we're going to take a couple rounds of in and out check-ins tonight, and then we'll take a couple of rounds of those people who want to stick around and play trivia with us. That's where we'll get started. Before we get there, though, we do have a few announcements tonight. It's a busy week, so let me get going here. We do have a Discord server up again, and the participation has been very good. You should check it out. You can get the link on the webpage. Tomorrow is the Big Net Wednesday. We've got the Barometer Net at the ungodly hour of 7 a.m., the Boredom Breaker Net from 1 to 3 in the afternoon, and the Beacon Net tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Early check-ins start at 9:30. You should go for the hat trick or the trifecta. Thursday is a club meeting, 7 o'clock, the Wadsworth Eagles. And, of course, at 5 o'clock, a bunch of people will be meeting for some Mexican food at Casa Nuestra down the street. All are welcome. Field day teas are made, and we should have them to distribute on Thursday. So that's exciting. And there are 11 sleeps to field day. Are there any other brief announcements for the good of the club before we get started? This is W8WKY. I'm listening. Nothing heard. Very good. All right, let's get started with some in-and-out check-ins tonight. For those of you who just want to raise your hand and say you're here, get your ticket punched, this is your chance to get in here and do so. This is W8WKY calling for in-and-out check-ins. Go.
Whiskey 8, Charlie Tango Mike, Carry at Portage Lakes.
KV8LNK will be in and out.
November 8th.
Kilo Echo 8, Juliet, November Hotel, Duncan Rittman, in and out.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee November, Juliet, KE8YJ, John in Norton, in and out. I got to go hoe the garden.
KE8, IME, David, Sterling, Ohio, in and out.
KD8SQ, Marshallville. I'll be in and out this evening, Nick.
Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8, DLB. Randy and Rittman, I'll be in and out. 73, God bless.
K8LNK, thanks for checking in, Ron. N8W is in and out. K8JNH, Doug, thanks for stopping by. K8YNJ, John, good to hear you. K8IME, David, got you in there as well. And KD8SQ, Jim, great to hear you. Who else is in and out tonight? This is W8WKY, I'm listening.
You missed Randy, TLB, you were talking.
Okay, I got KE8TLB in there, and I heard the same static from before, and I still got nothing out of it. We're going to have to do something different to get in here. All right, any more in and outs tonight? Any more in and outs? This is W8WKY.
W8WKY and the net. W8TD, John and Wadsworth, in and out.
All right, we picked up W8TD, John there. Got you in and out as well. John, good talking to you. All right, let's start getting the people who want to stick around and play trivia tonight. Let's see what Gary's got up his sleeve. This is W8WKY. I'm listening for regular check-ins.
Kilo Alpha 8, Lima Yankee Juliet, KA8 LYJ, Bob in Barberton.
W8WKY.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Delta Tango Papa, KF8, DTP, Lori Maslin.
November Tango, 8 Delta, NTHD, Dave in Copley.
All right, let me grab it there. We got K8LYJ Bob, KF8 DTP Lori, and NT8D Dave. Got you all on the list there. Thank you very much. And whoever was in there last, still nothing but static. This is W8WKY. I'm listening.
Kilo WA8 Papa Bravo Victor. Oscar Charlie WA8 KOC Fred in Akron.
Kilo 4 Oscar Golf. K4OG. Mark in Copley. Scotty, we need more power.
Echo 8, Uniform India, KE8, UIB, John in Massillon.
Kilo Charlie 8, Hotel Delta Papa, KC8, HDP, Jerry in Shreve.
This is WO3X, Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray, John in Cuyahoga Falls.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8, VZA, Eric in Strongsville.
All right, that round we picked up WA8KOC Fred, K4OG Mark, KE8UIB John, KC8HDP Jerry, WO3X John, KE8VZA Eric. Good to hear you. There were a couple of crashes in there, so if I missed you, please come back now.
Kilo Charlie 8 Papa Bravo Victor, Dave in Creston.
I'm going to grab it right here. Whoever that was just trying to get in. Let's try one more time, and let's not. Kilo Echo 8 something. Give me your suffix a couple of times phonetically, please. All right, nothing heard there. We picked up K8VZA, and we got KC8PBV. And John, I got you in there as well. Jerry, I heard you KC8HDP. All right. Anybody else before we get the party started here? Anybody else? W8WKY, I'm listening. Still got nothing out of that. I'm sorry. Let's go to Gary and get tonight's trivia question, shall we? AA8CS. This is W8WKY. Good evening, Gary. What do you got for us, man?
Good evening, Sarah and friends. And you too, Nick. Good to hear you. And yeah, kind of rough copy. Not the copy so much as the signals coming in. Lots of static. And Eric said something on the. I think it was Eric said something about his 10-meter net was kind of skewed as well. So something's happened with propagation out there. And speaking of something happening with propagation, our trivia question tonight is about Miyake events. That's spelled M-I-Y-A-K-E. They are rare, ultra-powerful solar storms that bathe the Earth. in high-energy particles. Your question tonight is, which of the following statements about the most powerful known Miyake event, which is dated to 12,350 BC, that's 12,350 BC, is most plausibly supported by scientific evidence? Yeah, good question, I think, anyway. Here's your choices. A, it left behind an anomalous spike in atmospheric carbon-14 found in ancient tree rings. B, as in Baker, it triggered a noticeable decline in global temperatures recorded in glacial ice cores. Charlie, it caused mass tree die-offs across Eurasia due to solar radiation damage. And finally, Delta, it coincided with one of Earth's known geomagnetic pole reversals. Let's do it again. The question is, which of the following statements about the most powerful known Miyake event dated to 12,350 BC is most supported by scientific evidence? Your choices are: it left behind an anomalous spike in atmospheric carbon-14 found in ancient tree rings. B, it triggered a noticeable decline in global temperatures recorded in glacial ice cores. C, it caused mass tree die-offs across Eurasia due to solar radiation damage. D, it coincided with one of Earth's known geomagnetic pole reversals. I'll post this on the blue screen, and have fun with this one, guys. This is AA8CS, back to net.
AA8CS, this is W8WKY. What an apropos question, Gary. Fine business. I've chosen my answer, but I'm not going to put it up there yet. So there. But let's see what everybody else has to say tonight. Give me your trivia answer and any comments you have, and it's a pretty small group tonight, so if you got any field day questions, shoot them at me, because that's what we're going to be talking about at the meeting anyway. You may to look into something I've forgotten. Let's start with Bob tonight. First up on the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net, we got KA8LYJ, W8WKY. How are you tonight, Bob? What's your answer, and what do you got for us?
W8WKY, this is KA8LYJ. One of these days I'm going to learn not to be first on Gary's Trivia Night. Holy mackerel. Looking through the answers, I'm going to guess alpha, and it is purely a guess just because it sounds the most plausible. Other than that, nothing really going on. Been a quiet week. Made myself an iced coffee for the net and sipping it slowly, and basically just chilling. Giving it back to you. This is KA8LYJ.
KA8LYJ, W8WKY. I got you down for alpha, Bob. And iced coffee sounds better than my my can of Mountain Dew, I got to tell you. So you have a great night, Bob. We'll see you later on. We're going to clear with KA8LYJ. Next up, we've got Lori, KF8DTP. Lori, what's your answer to the trivia question? What do you got for us tonight?
W8WKY.
W8WKY from KF8DTP. I don't have a clue on this trivia question tonight, so I'm just taking a guess in the dark here. So I'm just going to go with C tonight and see where that takes me. Not much. I just got in the door not even 10 minutes ago from work. Had a late truck today, so it was kind of a crazy day at work. So, looking forward to field day. I won't make it to the club meeting Thursday night. I have to go downtown and do something for the Maslin Club, and then John will be out, though. So looking forward to seeing everybody on field day out there. I'll hand this back over to you, Nick. 7-3, y'all.
KF8DTP, WWKY. Well, we're going to miss you Thursday night, but we'll be looking forward to seeing you on Field Day. I think I'm going to be there for Field Day, most of it. And as for your answer, I couldn't tell if that was a B or a C. Could you confirm which one it is for me, please?
I sure can. It's Charlie, C.
Charlie, it is. Lori, we got you down for Charlie. Thanks, and we'll see you next weekend, if not before. We're going to clear with KFDTP. Let's go to Dave, NT8D, WWKY. How are you, Dave? What's your answer to the trivia question, and what do you got for us tonight?
Howdy there, Nick. Everybody on the net. Oh, my powers. There we go. A little high there. I'm doing just fine. And sun came back out. Got some good rain here. Got some good rain where I was up in Brecksville today. Had a new client. It was a dangerous hinge on the piano that only had one screw on one of the hinges holding it up. And yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking, but it was okay. Answer for trivia is going to be B. Baker. So now we've got 3 of them picked out. Letters, that is. I'm going to plan on getting there for at least part of Field Day and doing some contribution, maybe filling in some gaps, letting somebody use the bathroom so they don't lose the frequency, that kind of stuff. I'm not sure how intense it's going to be this year compared to last year, but I'm going to show up for sure. And I'm also looking for a crew. Anybody who wants to do some sailing this coming up weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all look like dry days. Should have some nice wind. I've been out of Cleveland, Edgewater, and Fairport for the 100th birthday of the lighthouse up there. So if anybody wants to head out this weekend, hit me up. We'll go on some sailing. Back to WAWKY and TAD. Oh, and I'll see you at the meeting Thursday.
NTAD, WAWKY. I got other stuff to do this weekend, Dave, so I won't be joining the sailing crew. I'm sure we'll be doing field day stuff this weekend as well. But maybe get somebody out there. Sounds like a wonderful time. And one hinge on the piano there sounds kind of scary, man. I hear you. Looking forward to seeing you Thursday night, Dave. We're going to clear with NTAD. And next on the list, we got Fred, WAAKOC, another barometer net control operator. How are you tonight, Fred? What's going on, and what's your answer to the question?
WAWKY, WA8KOC, Nick. Thanks for taking the net. Good to hear you. Great job as always. Interesting, very interesting question by AA8CS. I was twisting my mind around B, Bravo, or D, Delta, but I think I am going to go with B, Bravo. And if not, that's not the right question or answer to the question, I'm going to learn something and walk away smarter, which is usually what I end up doing. But yeah, looking forward. We've got a lot going on here this week, and then Field Day next week. It's going to be pretty intense. It's been pretty intense on my end since I got back from Belize, and certainly we've got some medical things going on here that aren't real comfortable time-wise, but we'll take care of them. Thanks for Gary chiming in this morning as net control. I think that was him that was going to take it. And sorry with these medical things that pop up that I'm absent. But appreciate it that you guys chip in. Take care of yourself. I don't know what happened to Eric, WADLM, Usually he has some great trivia for us. Hopefully he's okay. You take good care of yourself. Have a terrific Tuesday, what's left of it, and look forward to talking to you in the near future. 7-3 to you and everybody else in here on the net. W-A-W-K-Y, W-A-A-K-O-C.
W-A-K-O-C, W-W-K-Y. Fred, it seems to take a little while to get back, when you get back from vacation, to get back in the groove, doesn't it? And then you throw in some curveballs. And I know we've all had a few curveballs lately. So we'll call it Tumultuous Tuesday. Got you down for Bravo for your answer tonight. Good to hear you at night, Fred. We're going to clear with W-A-8-K-O-C, and let's go to middle. Mark in the middle. K4OG, the original gangster. Mark, what's your answer to tonight's trivia question, and what do you have for the group tonight?
W-A-W-K-Y, K4OG here. Good evening, Nick, and everyone. Well, gosh, Gary, I ain't never heard of no Maikia. And gosh, that question's so old. Dirt's still looking for his diapers after the Big Bang. So, with that being said, that's an old question, Gary. Gosh. I'm just going to say it was a massive tree die-off, man, with all that stuff raining around the Earth. And then it got stuck in the Earth and buried under the Earth, and then they finally found it. There you go, K4OG, back to net.
Mark, I can't believe you resisted a chance to say Charlie, but I got you down for Charlie. And thanks for all your help last weekend, Mark. And we're going to have some fun on field day, buddy. Looking forward to it. We're going to clear with K4OG. I'm W8WKY. You're listening to the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. And next up, we've got KE8UIB John, who sent me some photos of our field day T-shirts, all done and ready to go today. Good for you, John. John, what do you got for us tonight? And what's your answer to the trivia question?
W8WKY from KE8UIB. Good evening, Nick, everybody out there on the net, and all the trivia questions. You guys know I'm doing the weekly messaging back and forth with Mom and Pops, and let me open up the phone here real quick and double-check their answer. I think they are going to go with B, Bravo, and I think I really want to go with A, Alpha. It's the only one that sounds logical to me, but with that being said, and Gary being Gary, it's probably not right, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the gut feeling and go with Alpha. But with that, I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday evening as I'm enjoying mine and playing radio. That's always a great thing. That is living the $5 dream a nickel at a time. Anytime I can key up and I can babble, and you poor souls have to listen to me. Hi. Let me pause for time real quick. All right, with that, you guys, this is KE8UIB. I'm going to go ahead and hand this back over to Net Control. And 7-3 y'all, and thank you for running the net, Nick. You do a really great job.
W8WKY.
That was not me. KE8UIB, W8WKY. All right, John, I got your folks down for Bravo. I got you down for Alpha. And the T-shirts look great. I'm going to thank you now. And thanks for the flowers as well. Looking forward to seeing you Thursday, man. We're going to clear with KE8UIB. Let's go down to Shreve, where there's something happening this weekend, I think. KC8 HDP, this is W8WKY. What's your answer to tonight's trivia question? What's going on with you, Jerry? And tell everybody about Shreve Swamp Fest again, please.
KD8SLG in the net. This is KC8HDP. Well, good evening, Nick. Thanks for taking the net this evening. And better answer the trivia question before I forget. I'm going to go with Delta. I have no idea what the answer is, but it hasn't been picked yet, so I'll take Delta and see what happens. Shreve Fest is this weekend, Thursday through Saturday. Unfortunately, the smoothest bald head competition is Thursday night. at 8 o'clock, and I will be at the SARA meeting, so I will let somebody else have that designation this year. But yeah, it starts Thursday night. They have food trucks and bands every night, and fireworks are Saturday night. And previous years, I don't know if they'll have it this year, but previous years they've had a cutout of Sasquatch that you can, take a picture with, and it's not a big deal, but it's kind of fun for the area. Anyway, I want to say congratulations to KF8DT, KF8DTP and the KE8UIB for taking net control duties on last Friday's net on the Maslin net. Good job, guys, and thanks for being net control operators. Don't really have anything else, so I'm going to send things back to you, Nick. W8WKY and the net from KC8HDP 73.
KC8HDP W8WKY. Oh man, I'm so sorry. We're going to maybe we'll make you up a little plaque or something and say you have the shiniest head at the club meeting. How's that sound? I got you down for Delta, and that's actually what I chose first thing as well. So we'll see if our thinking's aligned, or if we just got lucky because that was the last one to get picked. And Streetfest, I keep driving through there and seeing the signs, and I think it sounds like fun, and I'd love to have my photo taken with Sasquatch. I mean, not the Dustin Sasquatch, but Sasquatch. I heard that they were doing that at the Maslin Club Friday night. I thought it was a great idea. I heard it from KE8EHG. I was out of range and couldn't make it, but glad to hear John and Lori jumping in there, because that's cool. Good deal. Good talking to you, Jerry. See you Thursday night. Maybe, are you going to make, are you thinking about making Mexican food?
This is KC8HDP returning. Yes, I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure if I will, but I am thinking about it. Back to net, W8WKY from KC8HDP.
I haven't had a Texas burrito since last year. I think I want one. We're going to clear with KC8HDP. Thanks, Jerry. And next on the list, we're going to go up to the Falls and talk to John, WO3X. This is W8WKY. What's your answer to the trivia, and what do you got going on, John?
Good evening, Nick, and all on the net. This is WO3X. Sounds like fun going to happen there in Shreve. Let's see here. Yeah, so the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club is we're getting stuff together for the field day operation. So we got some of it out of the various storage areas and getting it ready to haul over to Groundhog Hill. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, on the trivia, let me look at my notes here. Okay, I like the spike in carbon-14, which is alpha, A alpha, so that's what I'm going to go with. So with that, W8WKY, this is WO3X, back to the net, 7-3.
WO3X, W8WKY, got you down for alpha tonight, John. Carbon-14 makes sense to me, too, but they all do. You take care of yourself up there, John. We'll talk to you next time. WO3X, clear with W8WKY. Next on the list, we've got KE8VZA, Eric up in Strongsville. How you doing, Eric? What do you got tonight, and what's your answer to the trivia?
W8WKY in the group. This is KE8VZA here. Oh, man, this trivia question is a really good one. I'm going to go with Bravo. It's kind of a roll of the dice here, but they all sound plausible. So Bravo, the drop in glacial temps. We'll go with that one. Looking forward to the meeting Thursday. Not sure if I'm going to be able to be there in time at Casa Nuestra for a Texas burrito. I'm going to shoot for it, though. Looking forward to field day, too, to see how Sarah does it. So what else? 10-meter net tonight for Norris was kind of rough. I could not hear net control W8LYO over in North Richville. I could barely hear him, but he could not hear me. Jeannie relayed me in. Thanks again, Jeannie. Rain helped loosen up some weeds in the backyard, which I've been pulling, and they were really hard to get out of the ground, and now they're not. So there you have it. Extremely exciting, I know. Anyway, KE8VZA back to net control. Thanks for running the net tonight, Nick.
Thanks for being here, Eric. Sorry conditions weren't more favorable for 10-meter net tonight, but glad you made it over here to say hi, and looking forward to seeing you on field day and seeing you at the meeting on Thursday night. So we'll catch up more then. We're going to clear with KE8VZA. Let's go to Dave. KC8PVV. Haven't talked to you in a minute. How are you, man? You ready for field day? And what's your answer to the question tonight? Go, Dave.
Well, hello there, Nick, at W8WKY. I am doing fine tonight. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to the meeting Thursday and seeing everybody. My answer for tonight is A, just because to me B, C, and D all sound plausible, but A, because no other reason. And we'll go back to you, Nick, at W8WKY. This is Kilo Charlie 8 Papa Bravo Victor.
KC8PBV, W8WKY. I got you down for Alpha, Dave. And good hearing you, man. Looking forward to seeing you. We got plans to make. We're going to clear with KC8PBV. I'm going to try Bill here, N8LTR. I think that's who was giving us that fuzzy signal before. Bill, you may have to turn up more than 1 watt to get in tonight, it seems. Are you still out there, Bill? N8LTR. This is W8WKY. Go ahead. All right, nothing heard there. All right, we had N8JET. Bill was in and out. I got him from the blue screen on NetLogger. Thanks for stopping by, Bill. Also added these folks, because I'm lazy tonight. KC3QND, WB4AIZ, K5CFY, KC8FQV, and AA8CT. I know you're all out there. That's Jeannie, Chuck, Ray, Mark, and Craig. Before I ask Gary to reread tonight's question for you new folks, let's see if anybody else is out there and wants to get on the list tonight. This is W8WKY taking check-ins for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. I'm listening.
W8WKY.
KC1 BQS, Paul in Maine.
Brian in
Kilo Charlie 1, Victor, Quebec Sierra.
Whiskey 2, Juliet Lima Sierra, John W2JLS in Fairlawn.
W8WKY, this is Kilo Echo 8, Victor, Quebec X-Ray, KE8VQX, Joe in Akron.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, WV3K, Phil in Canal Fulton.
And Shreve, good evening, Nick.
All right. Craig, I put you on there earlier, so I got you in there, A8CT. No worries. I got KC1VQS, Paul, recently retired. Surfing the nets tonight, huh, Paul? And W2JLS, my brother from another mother. KE8VQX, Joe, I heard you on the Falls net last night. Glad to hear you in here with us tonight as well. And WV3K, Phil, I got you in there. Somebody was scratching. I know there was at least one double. Who did I miss in there?
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Golf, Brian in Norton.
KF8G loud and clear in there, but whoever else tried, I couldn't get it. I think I heard Maslin in there at some point. Please give me everything phonetically twice one more time. We'll try it one more time. I heard Victor, and that's all I could pull out of there. So, sorry about that. Try a different position, bump up your power, try something different, and we'll try again later. In the meantime, let's get Gary in here, reread the question for this new group of folks. AA8CS, this is W8WKY. Can you get us a reread there, please, Gary?
W8WKY, this is AA8CS, and I think there was a KE8 along with that Victor in there, Nick. I don't know if that helps or not, but at any rate, yeah, that's a tough copy there. Before I read the question, I do want to say hi to Paul. Very good to hear KC1VQS this evening from Enfield, Maine. Recently done with school for the year and, yeah, retired, done with teaching. Perhaps. We'll see how that goes. Good evening, Paul, and, of course, my neighbor, John. Good evening to you, too, sir. Here's tonight's questions. Miyake, spelled M-I-Y, A-K-E, events are rare, ultra-powerful solar storms that bathe Earth in high-energy particles. Which of the following statements about the most powerful known Miyake event, dated to 12,350 B.C., yeah, fine year that was, is most plausibly supported by scientific evidence? And here's your descriptors, or whatever they are. A, it left behind an anomalous spike in atmospheric carbon-14 found in ancient tree rings. B, it triggered a noticeable decline in global temperatures recorded in glacial ice cores. C, it caused mass tree die-offs across Eurasia due to solar radiation damage. And finally, D, it coincided with one of Earth's known magnetic pole reversals. Also, the question is on the blue screen. With that, back to net. This is AA8CS.
AA8CS, WWKY. Thank you very much, Gary. Let's get our next victim in here. It's Jeannie. KC3QND, W8WKY. What's your answer to the trivia question, Jeannie, and what do you want to share with all of us tonight? Oh, I forgot to push down on the foot pedal. Uh-oh, where'd she go? KC3QND, W8WKY. Jeannie, are you still there? Nothing heard. We'll try Jeannie again when we get through this list here. Let's go down to Florida and talk to Chuckles. WB4AIZ, this is WKY. What's your answer to the trivia, and what do you got for us tonight, Chuck?
WB4AIZ, good evening. A little busy on the Echolink tonight. And so since it doesn't have anything to do with karate, I'm not sure. You know, I'm instead of Miyagi, it's Miyagi. Oh well, that was I attempted a pun tonight. I'm the torch monster, and we might get some rain later on, but we're in the summer. Well, this season. Also, we got the hurricane season, but it's getting some dry air because of the Sahara and dust coming over. Anyways, not a whole lot going on here, as usual with the assisted living. So back to net control, and maybe I'll be able to listen to the hot chick for tomorrow night. I missed it Sunday night. B4AIZ.
All right, Chuck. Yeah, it's Miyaki, not Miyagi. Yeah, wax on, wax off. Paint the fence, paint the fence. You're always good for a chuckle there, Chuck. Hey, you didn't give me an answer to the trivia question, though. What's your guess tonight? Go.
E. I mean, all right, I'll do D. I don't know. I have no idea. WB4AIZ.
All in good fun, Chuck. All in good fun. You have a good night there, buddy. We'll talk to you tomorrow, I'm sure. We're going to clear with WB4AIZ. Let's go out to Tulsa and talk to Ray. K5CFY is the WKY. I thought you had a net to run tonight, Ray. What are you up to, man? What's your answer to the trivia, and what do you got for us?
WKY, this is K5CFY. Good evening, Mr. Nick. Got somebody to run the RCWA 2-meter Tuesday night net, so I just checked in and waited till the net was over, and I was listening to you before the RCWA net was on. Anyway, Chuck was in there, and Mark, they both checked into the net, but anyway, just wanted to check into your net since you were running it tonight. I had time to do it, so and in between storms, we got up in the Kansas border are really getting hammered, and it's supposed to be moving down Tulsa way here later on tonight. Let me let this drop. And so we got stuff coming in, they're saying around 2 or 3 in the morning, so anyway, I'm going to go with Bravo for my guesstimation on the trivia question. Thanks, I went bring AHCS for the doing the trivia question, and it's good to hear you this morning on the barometer net. So just wanted to check into my other club and say hi to everybody. Hope everybody has a great evening. We'll say 73. K5CFY, back to net control.
K5CFY, WKY. Gotcha. Bravo, right? Excuse me. You keep your eye to the sky and take care of yourself out there, and we will see you
tomorrow afternoon on the N5XQK Memorial Boredom Breaker Net. That's going to be at 1 o'clock our time. That's noon Tulsa time. Dustin's got the first hour, and I believe Nancy has the second hour. So we'll be there having some fun tomorrow with y'all. Good to hear you, Ray. We're going to clear the K5 CFY. Let's go up to Northern Mark, KC8FQV, W8WKY. What's your answer, and what are you going to expound upon us tonight, Mark?
Well, good evening, Nick, KCFK. I'm going to just try Alpha for the trivia. And, well, I checked the auctions out today. Nothing there I would have wanted. And I'm just curious all the time. I just like looking at auction. But the car auction Tuesday. There's another one tomorrow in Canal Fulton. So I'll look at what there is. And but answer is Alpha. And yeah, it rained on and off today. I messed up. I didn't get the rug out of the outside. I didn't get back in. It got a little damp, but maybe it's going to be dry. Just got a little shower. But other than that, not much else there happening. Yeah, Thursday's the club meeting, and everything else is just going decent here. Rains were in and out today. It was just surprising. Rain, and then the sun would come right on out. So let's send it back to net control, Nick, KC8FQB.
KC8FQV, W8WKY. Got you down for Alpha, Mark. And, yeah, we had a bunch of sun showers down here as well. I really didn't notice it was raining until I went outside and saw it. Got hit in the face with all that humidity. I was inside for a few hours. And it was sunny and raining at the same time. So, good times, huh? Good to hear you, Mark. Catch you later on, I'm sure. We're going to clear KC8FQV. Let's go down to Shreve again. Talk to Craig. AA8CT, W8WKY. How you doing tonight, Craig? And what's your answer to the trivia question?
W8WKY. Well, good afternoon, evening, Nick. Thank you so much for doing the club. Well, I remember back when I was just a youngster, and that was about, I think 12,000 years ago, and I do remember, I think, the Earth changing north to south and south to north. So I'm going to go with Delta. It's a faint memory, but I'm almost old enough to make sure that was it. With that, I want to say to all the club members, I hope you have a good meeting on Thursday. My daughter, who I haven't seen for a year, and her family are coming in on Thursday, so there will be no Thursday meeting for this boy, but look forward to seeing you sometime on field day. And, of course, hearing you. And, yeah, Gary should remember, too, because he's just about as old as I am, so we're both back there, so he just pulled it out of the memory bank. So, anyway, thank you so much. To all the Sarah Club people, I hope you have a good evening. And with that, W8WKY, this is AA8CT sending it back to you. Thank you, Nick. Have a good one.
AA8CT, W8WKY. We're going to miss you Thursday, man, but what do they say? Family before Hamily, right? Got you down for Delta. And what is it Jim says? When dirt was still white, I think, is back when this happened. Yeah, when dirt was still white. I'm going to clear with AA8CT. You're listening to Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday Night Club Net. Next on the list, we've got Paul up in Maine, KC1VQS, W8WKY. How are you tonight, Paul? And what's your answer to tonight's trivia question?
Well, good evening, Nick, and I would like to thank you for recognizing my retirement. I know you've heard me on the Barometer Net. I was talking on that this morning, and I would like to thank Gary for the shout-out, too, about that. It's been a big deal for me, this past week, and I really appreciate the recognition. But it's a school. It's no longer a school night for me. So here I am, and I'll be able to participate more often, and I'm looking forward to that. I don't know about the. I've tried to rack my brain about the trivia question. It's strictly a guess, but after listening, I think I'm going to go with Bravo. And who knows? It's all in fun, right? So, good evening and 73 to everybody on the net, and thank you, Nick, for the check-in. And I'll be signing off for tonight. I'll be hearing you again. So, this is KC1 VQS. Back to you, Nick.
KC1VQS, W8WKY. Got you down for Bravo, Paul, and you've become quite a regular on the Barometer Net. Great to hear you. We're going to have to flip your schedule around a little bit, though. If you can stay up at night, you got to come back on a Wednesday and Sunday night and check in with the Beacon Net. It's a good time. I think you'd like it. We're going to clear with KC1VQS, recently retired. And let's go to my brother from another mother. W2JLS, I bet he has an informed answer. I'm looking forward to it. John, how are you tonight, and what's your answer to the trivia question?
Whiskey 8 Whiskey Kilo Yankee, my buddy Nick, KD8SLG. Good evening to you, sir, on your ears, and to all the listeners out there on the net. Yeah, I love this question, and I'm really curious to know about Gary digging this one up, because this is a subject I am very interested in. So I'm going to go with Alpha on this, and I'll leave it at that. But yeah, definitely curious to hear where Gary drummed this one up. It's a cool topic, actually. Yeah, so I'll just mention this real quick, not to hog up Mike on Club Net night. But yeah, tonight on my way home, I was driving the Mazda CX-5. I don't know what the hell year it is. It's like, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 years old. And this thing's one of these cars that tells you stuff's wrong. And it said, hey, your charging system is malfunctioning. You better pull over immediately someplace safe. You know, it's like this kind of message. I'm like, geez, I don't need that right now. It's raining, it's rush hour traffic, and that whole proposition kind of sucks. So figuring it's probably the alternator, I thought, all right, I'm running on the battery, and at some point this is going to just crap out. And then my inside of my windows started fogging up, so I'm like, now I'm thinking, all right, maybe it's not the alternator, maybe it's the serpentine belt. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. I'm just a humble scientist who plays on the radio. So I immediately drove it straight to the Goodyear in Fairlawn, and so they got my car tonight. And because of that, I did my first Uber. Never did that before, and it was actually quite painless. Actually, I like the concept now. Kind of neat. W2JLS, passing it back. Happy Club Net, everybody.
W8WKY.
W2JLS, W8WKY. Sorry about the car, man, but you got out of there alive and grabbed an Uber. That's pretty cool, man. Add that to portfolio of things you've done. Got you down for Alpha tonight. Thanks for being here, John. We'll catch up later on. Going to clear with W2JLS. Let's go to Joe. KE8VQX, I heard you last night on the Falls Net. I recognize your voice right away, even though I haven't heard you in a minute. How you doing, man? And what's your answer to the night's trivia question?
W8WKY, this is KE8VQX. Hi, Nick. Good to hear you. Good to hear everyone else. As far as the trivia goes, I'm just going to go with D Dog Delta. No idea why. Just sounded good to me. Boy, it sure would be nice to volunteer with NT8D on MEG. I still have my line handling gloves and all that. Well, turns out I'm off during field day, so maybe I can come out and volunteer and just appear and disappear. Anyway, thanks for getting me in there, Nick. Good to hear you. This is KE8VQX. Back to net control.
KE8VQX W8WKY. Great to hear from you, Joe. And you should hook up with Dave. It is a good time. It really is. I got you down for Delta, and stop field day. We'll find something for you to do for a few minutes, no matter when you get in there, or we'll just walk around and talk. It's a good time. Everybody should go out and hit at least one field day. I recommend Silvercreek Amateur Radio Associations. So there. Good talking to you, Joe. We're going to clear with KE8VQX. Let's go down the Canal Fulton. Talk to my friend Phil. WV3K. This is W8WKY. What's your answer tonight, and what do you got for us, Phil?
KD8SL W8WKY. Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Well, good evening, Nick. It's good to hear you. And had a wonderful time with Wade, Uncle Fred, Dustin, and Andy. We had a great time over there at the corral being together, and I even was hoping that maybe we might see you, but we know that you're trying to still work with your ankle and stuff, and we'd like to see you more active. We realize that your health with that injury is more important to deal with. But miss seeing you. It's good to see you when you are able to make it to the meeting. I unfortunately will not be there on Thursday, and as you stated earlier, family before family, and that's just what it is about for me on Thursday. So that's going to take priority. But anyway, good to hear everyone on there. As far as trivia, actually, I'm going to say Alpha. I could say also Bravo, Charlie, and Delta also. Gary comes up with some really good questions, just like, let's see here. I think it was John, somebody, Alan, I don't know, they all come up with good questions. So does Josh and Lucy. But all in fun, as you say, and it is. But I'm going to go ahead and take an early departure here this evening, and you have a great rest of the net. And lots of love to y'all, and God bless. Take care, Nick, and thank you for taking care of the net and working us all in there on schedule. Doing a great job. KD8SLG for W8WKY, WB3K, and I'll be clear.
Well, Phil will miss you on Thursday night, but you got to do what you got to do. But you should definitely try to come out and see us on field day. And really like to see you. That would be great. Sorry I missed you guys for dinner tonight with Wade, but I started the day with a couple hours of driving to North Canton and back, and another hour to. That just wasn't going to happen. Not with the club net tonight. So sorry I missed it. We're going to clear with WV3K, and next up we've got Brian KF8G. This is W8WKY. What's your answer? What do you got for us tonight, Brian?
Oh, nothing much going on. I would say that event is the main cause of Gary's Dane Bramage. That would be my answer. So I'm going with A. I like tree rings. Oh, we checked Gary's tree rings. It'd probably show up with him, too, so you never know. I'm just sitting here watching Ryan Hall. He's online on YouTube and following a handful of storms here, so I always find that interesting. So that's my bit for tonight. I'll catch y'all later. KF8G.
Brian, before you run off, can we be expecting you for dinner on Thursday night? And are you going to make field day, man? You made a bunch of contacts for us last time, but I think you have something else going on, as I recall. But fill me in.
Yeah, I think I might go Thursday to dinner anyway. And yeah, field day, I'm pretty sure that's a race weekend. I got to be at the track, so I try to get Saturday off from the track, but that's kind of an important event, and the is Corvette Club's involved with it, so I get club points for it. So I get 14 points for being there. So it kind of goes towards my year-end total that I'm really not that concerned about. Back to you. I hope those windows are nice and frosty for you at the back of the bus. KF8G.
Oh, yeah, the windows are filthy, and there's plenty of gum under the seats. I got to make up for that tomorrow and clean up. And we're going to miss you on field day, man. You're the barefoot bandit. Got you down for Alpha. We're going to clear with KF8G. This is W8WKY. Let's try Brenda again. I got a message that she was the one that was staticky and trying to get in here a couple of times. Let's see if she found a better spot. K8UVP, W8WKY. Give it a try, Brenda. Nothing heard there. Sorry, Brenda. We're going to clear with K8UVP, kind of. And next up, we got Andy. Andy, AB8M, W8WKY. Did you hear the trivia question, Andy? And if you did, what's your answer? And what do you got for us tonight?
W8WKY from AB8MO, sitting in the ham shack. Well, I didn't hear, but I did read it on Le Blue screen. And I'm going to go with A, Alpha. It left behind an anomalous spike in the atmosphere of carbon-14 found in ancient tree rings. So we'll just go with that. Looks like I'm in good company with that. But I guess Gary did a good job because other people selected other things. So not everybody's going with Alpha, and I could be just as wrong as anybody else. So glad I got home. Missed you at Golden Corral, but understand the circumstances. It would have been kind of a rush to try to get back home to try to run the net. So you're doing a swell job as usual. That's how I got from the land of snow and maple syrup, where it is incredibly soggy and wet. Back to you there, Just Nick. This is AB8MO.
AB8MO, W8WKY. I got you down for Alpha, Andy. And, yeah, you know what? After 12 plates of food at Golden Corral, I would be falling asleep with my headset on right now. There's that part of it, too. So I'm glad you guys made it out and had a good time. We're going to clear with AB8MO. Let's Genie one more time. KC3QND. This is W8WKY. You out there, Genie? One more try.
W8WKY.
KC3QND. Hi, Nick. I was on there. You know what happened? Now, don't you fall off your chair laughing, but I had this radio on scan, not realizing I didn't pinpoint this frequency. So I picked up and I was talking away, and I don't know who I was talking, what frequency it stopped at that I was talking about, but they got my reply too for the trivia answer and everything else. But anyway, my answer for the trivia question is going to be A also. That sounds logical, but yeah, A. And I was down in Pennsylvania last week. Came home. Pete's truck broke. It's getting fixed. It's Sunnyside. So all's good so far. And this Saturday at the duck pond on Nickel Plate Road, Burning River Net, the ones that do the radiograms that come in handy, you never know, is having the 50th birthday party for the Burning River Net at Duck Pond Park on Nickel Plate Road from 1 to 5. If anybody wanted to go, It's going to be a good time. And with that, that's about all I have. Mr. Wilson says hi to everybody, and everybody sounds really good on the net, and glad to hear from everybody. C3QND, back to you, Nick. Have a wonderful evening. You're doing a great job. 73.
KC3QND, WWK down for Alpha. And, Jeannie, I assure you, you are the first ham that's ever talked on the wrong frequency. That's never happened to any of us before. We're going to have to make a note of that. Right. You can give Mr. Wilson a scratch behind the ear for me and give my best to Pete as well. Good hearing from you, Jeannie. We're going to clear with KC3QND. I'm at the bottom of the list. We're well past the top of the hour. I'm going to make this last call for tonight's Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Club Net. I'm listening.
N8 LTR on the mighty 1 watt icon.
NTAD recheck.
Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, Tom in Canton, in and out.
Whiskey Kilowatt Mobile Akron, in and out.
All right, let me tell you who I got there. I got KE8VOX off the blue screen. I got you in there, Scott. N8LTR, tried you earlier. I thought that was you. We'll talk to you in just a second. Hang on, Bill. Thanks for stopping by. NTAD, I got your recheck. And K8MNT, Tom, got you in and out. That last station, I got WWK, and I don't know what else was in there. If you could please come back with your full call sign, I would appreciate it. Phonetically and alphanumerically, please.
Kilowatt Alpha 8, Whiskey Kilowatt, KA8, WWK, Paul, in and out.
All right, Paul, I got you this time. The KA8 got chopped off the first time, so all I heard was WWK. KA8, WWK, got you in there, Paul. Thank you very much. In and out. Let me get Dave back here with a recheck real quick. NTAD, W8WKY. Go, Dave.
Hey, sir, Nick. Hey, nice to hear you there, Tom. I hope you're doing okay. KE8VQX, if you're still listening, hook me up for sailing. I'm good on QRZ. Got a pencil handy, which all hams do. You can text or call me 330-330-801-0089, 801-0089. Text or leave me a message Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll look good for sailing. If anybody else wants to join us, there's room for at least 4 people on the boat. Thanks for the recheck. Thanks for saying something there, Joe. And or you can just hit me up and see me at the meeting on Thursday or at Casa Nuestra for some margaritas. Back to W8WKY, NTAD.
NTAD, W8WKY. Trying to put a crew together for you, Dave. We're going to clear with NTAD. And let's go up to Scott there on the North Coast. KE8VOX, W8WKY. How you doing tonight, Scott? You got an answer for us? And what do you got going on up there?
W8WKY, KE8VOX. Good evening, Nick. Good evening, all the listeners. Not a whole lot going on. I'm going to guess C. Charlie for trivia. I read the answer or the question off the blue screen there. At home, had some VE training to do this afternoon. I had to run to Sandusky and put some air conditioners in for a friend of mine, and just got home and seen that the net was still going, so I hopped on the net logger and had you sign me up, but see, Charlie, everybody have a great evening. W8WKY, the K8 of VOX.
VOX, W8WKY. Great to talk to you tonight, Scott. I'm sure we'll hear you tomorrow morning. Got you down for Charlie. Thanks, man. We're going to clear with KE8VOX. And let's go to Bill, N8LTR, W8WKY. What's your answer tonight, Bill, and what do you got for us? And was that you all fuzzy earlier? Was somebody keying up with you, or what was going on?
Oh, well, Nick, that was probably me. The propagation's kind of rough tonight. Too much humidity in the air or something. And the rubber ducky from ICOM was not cutting it, so I put my big telescoping 5/8 monster on this thing, and that's what we're using now. And the answer, I haven't the foggiest, so I'm going to employ Shorter's postulate and choose C, and that'll be my answer. Other than that, doing what everybody should be doing around this time, grubbing through my field day stuff and figuring out what's in the box from last year, what disappeared from the box since last year, and making out a new list of what needs to go in the box for this year. So, so we'll be playing with that tomorrow. Got a couple of boxes set up depending on what field day plans pan out for me. Other than that, not a whole heck of a lot going on, sir. So should see everybody at the club meeting. So turn it back to the 88 SLG and the group at 8LTR.
N8LTR, W8WKY. Well, I'm glad we got you in here, and we figured out who you were. And, that antenna definitely made all the difference in the world for you. Making lists and checking them twice for field day, I know all about that. Got you down for Charlie, Bill. Good talking to you. Let's go up to Gary and get tonight's answer. I'm going with Delta myself. I think the polls shifted about that time, and we're about due for another one, I think. But what do I know? AA8CS, this is W8WKY. Fill us in and enlighten us, please, Gary.
All right. Good evening again, Sarah and friends. First thing, the elephant in the room. And there's no pun here or anything, but thoughts and prayers going out to Josh and Lucy as they continue their stork watch. We'll keep an eyeball peeled as well, just thinking about them, and they got to be excited, and Lucy's got to be ready. Let's just leave it at that. And John, your brother from another mother and my neighbor, wanted to know what inspired tonight's question. Well, it was inspired literally by the National Weather Service, and that would be Bill, NAWS, who regularly informs us of the sun's frequent solar storms that knock out our radio communications, right? So I don't know. I started looking into that, ran across this topic, thought it was, enough to be not so well known, but wouldn't you know, John, our resident scientist, that's one of his areas of interest. Oh, boy. Okay, so let's get to the question. Miyake events are rare, ultra-powerful solar storms that bathe Earth in high-energy particles. Which of the following statements about the most powerful known Miyake event, dated to 12,350 BC, is most plausibly supported by scientific evidence? Let me grab a second. The choices were A, it left behind an anomalous spike in atmospheric carbon-14 found in ancient tree rings. B, triggered a noticeable decline in global temperatures recorded in glacial ice cores. And C, caused mass tree die-offs across Eurasia due to solar radiation damage. And finally, D, it coincided with one of Earth's known geomagnetic pole reversals. The correct answer is Alpha, it left behind an anomalous spike in atmospheric carbon-14 found in ancient tree rings. Matter of fact, this is the precise method to figure out if it happened. It's an abrupt increase in radiocarbon levels in dated wood samples. So there's the correct answer. B, global temperature drop, that is incorrect. That suggests a volcanic eruption. Solar storms don't deposit aerosols or particulates to cool the climate in this way. Let me grab another second. I don't want to time any of our connections out. Distractor C, mass tree-offs, radiations form for Miyake events isn't biologically catastrophic. It alters isotopic composition, not ecosystems. And our final distractor was geomagnetic pole reversal. Nick, I'm say that you weren't correct. There's no known correlation between Miyake events and magnetic reversals, which occur over thousands of years. And you think we're due, huh? You never know. Let me just finalize this with this following statement. Since the massive Miyake event of 12350 BC, there's been at least 5 more confirmed events occurring in 7176 BC, 5259 BC, 664 BC, 774 AD, and 993 AD. Each one of those events left a sharp carbon-14 spike in tree rings, but historical impacts, the actual what happened, mostly unknown. They didn't have electronics back there to be affected, I guess. The 774 and 993 AD events probably produced brilliant auroras, though records are sparse. If a similar event would occur today, it could severely, we'll use that word, disrupt satellites, power grids, and global communications. And there you have it. If you didn't know about Miyake events before, now you do. ClubNet, club meeting this Thursday. Plan to attend? Bring a friend. AA8CS, back to net. Thank you all for participating. Do appreciate it.
AA8CS W8WKY. Thank you very much, Gary. Always informative, and you come up with wonderful questions and distractors. Do appreciate it. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you Thursday night as well. We're going to clear with AA8CS. Thank you very much, sir, for tonight's trivia question. I already made last call, so I'm going to call it. What do we got? 919 local, 119 UTC. I'd like to thank everybody who participated tonight. Looking forward to seeing a bunch of you on Thursday. We got 11 Sleepstill Field Day. Don't forget, tomorrow is Big Net Wednesday here on the W8WKY. Hope to hear a bunch of you there. With that, I'm going to return the repeater and the call sign, W8WKY, to amateur, regular, customary amateur use. And I'd like to remind everybody, the WatchNet started about 20 minutes ago. That's down on the Millersburg repeater, KD8QGQ, 146670PL, 71.9 negative offset. I'm going to head over there right now and check in with those guys. KB8PXM runs a great net. He's a good guy. 73, all y'all. This is KD8SLG. I'm clear.
WKY. W8WKY. W8WKY. Repeater PL1 14.8.